being sickle cell was an adaptation to defense against malaria.
Yes.
Yeah. But it turned out to become a disease.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're coming through it. Yeah. They're coming through it. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is the UniGen area now where we are. Yeah. So once again, I want to welcome you to UniGen. This is where we do our manufacturing. So all this section here is UniGen. On this side as well, we have packaging that we do on this section over here. So now we can start going that way. I know this is the second time for His Excellency seeing the UniGen. Now we have made a lot of progress. So I can explain different sections as we go. So welcome. Yeah, so this section where we are entering, so here is where we have high-potency units, where we manufacture drugs which are very, very potent. One of the drugs that is ready to go to market is Sidamine. Sidamine, this is our hydroxyurea formulation. It comes actually in two sizes. We have a 500 milligram and also 100 milligram. So, we have other folks coming in. Yeah, so it comes in 500 milligrams and 100 milligrams. Sickle cell mostly affects the kids when they are born. They are born with sickle cell, right? So we had to make a dosage form which can be easily titrated based on the age and the size of the pediatric patient. So the product that we developed is dissolvable. You put water on a spoon, put the drug there, and in less than 30 seconds, it disintegrates into powder. And then you can just dose into the pediatric patient. For younger kids, they can swallow 12 years or older, they can swallow the tablets. But most of the patients, they die before age of 5. So as in UniGen, our focus has been pediatrics, the young kids. So this medication, they can start it as from 9 months or older. And right now it's going through registration. We are almost getting full registration for it. From UniGen is ready to ship. And we want actually this product to get to kids as quickly as possible. So we are very excited because we believe that we are going to make a difference in these kids' lives. It's a very debilitating disease for those ones who don't know sickle cell. It can be very, very painful. And there are other treatment options, even cures, but they are very expensive, cost more than $1 million to be able to genetically modify it, get rid of it. But so what happens is to treat it. And this drug we have here, originally it was for oncology, it was used for cancer. But then later on, studies showed that actually it helps with sickle cell. So in our case, we had to develop the product when shipped into different parts of the world. In pediatric patients, you want to do a syrup, but it has challenges. You have to transport it to all local areas of the country. And when you have a drug in liquid form or suspension, the shelf life is very short. You're not going to keep it 2 years. So you have to introduce the other things there, staples and antioxidant, other things to make sure it's stable. Above all is water, right? So you'll be transporting all that. So that is why we come up with this formulation where it's a tablet, but very, very highly
there's more walking.
So very quickly you get it into suspension and then you dose. And because of that, you can modulate the dose using the 500 and 100 milligrams. So we are very excited about this medication, and we are looking forward to start making impact in Africa and other regions where this disease is a really, really big problem. So now, this unit here, I'm going to show you where we manufacture. As I say, this high-potency area, meaning that in this area here, we can manufacture potent drugs which require very low dose to make an impact, right, into the body system. So we need a lot of containment. Okay.
Hey, Wycliffe. Only the senators are here.
Yeah, so this suite here, where we are looking at, this suite, we do the combination formulations. We have this is the product going to the market first. We have so many other drugs in the pipeline. And
So
in
this
this
is
suite here, we have the capability of putting 2 or more medications in one tablet. So we have this specialized equipment whereby conditions or indications like HIV, which are treated using
When was this?
drugs, you can put them in the same tablet to improve compliance.
This is rural.
So we have that capability here. Patients are in the pipeline where we also like to introduce them to the market as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so I think this facility, when we came in based on what is
In
that?
this suite here,
It was already.
we have production going on. As you pass through, you will see the folks, our pharmaceutical operators. They are in the process of making the product.
I heard your name, but I
And the product that we are making in this unit here is hydroxyacetylene, the product we saw over there. The compression process, where we compress it into tablets, it is performed in this suite. So these units, these are specialized areas because we use differential pressures to make sure the product is contained within that room. So the pressure inside there is negative, and where we are standing, the pressure is positive. In between here, we have the airlock where you have intermediate pressure. So the idea is that if by any means the drug finds its way out, it can't come out. Because when we have the negative pressure, air is flowing in that one direction. And that is actually how we do containment of the high potent drugs, making sure it's flowing towards a contained area. Okay. So in this suite here is where
that's
we
a
do encapsulation.
So that's the tablet press.
In capsules.
So the good thing with this is the one I was telling you. This one can make up to 1 million tablets an hour.
And you require them
Based
to
on
be
my,
encapsulated in capsules. Some of these medications you find maybe they are susceptible to
This is the
heat
machine here.
because when we compress a tablet, you generate a lot of heat. and that can make the drug to undergo degradation.
Machine is a US made.
So the way we go around that, when we have those compounds,
so it can combine
we just blend them and then granulate.
This is the one. This
to
also
make sure that the medication is well distributed. You are not going to have segregation, such that within the same batch, you have one capsule having a lot of drug, another one having very low drug. So in our business, quality control is everything. We have to make sure that every tablet, every capsule we produce is within a range of 10% maximum. But for me to release the product, it has to be within 5%. So when you measure the drug, it cannot be more than 5%. That is why in Africa, the challenges we have, sometimes the medications which come from other places, you find it is 20%, the range is 20%, even more. So the quality control, very, very important here. We manufacture under FDA regulations. We manufacture according to current good manufacturing practices, CGMP. So when we hire people to work here, they have to go through training. We have to protect the drug from people, and we have to protect people from the drug. So the environment in which this happens is highly, highly controlled. And wherever we have an audit, everything has to check out. I talked about negative pressures. On the doors, you will see where we have the meters. Those ones are calibrated. Every time we do any manufacturing, we are recording what the pressure differences are. So quality and compliance is very, very critical in this kind of business.
It's placebo, so they can touch.
Okay. So that is capsules we make there. And then in this suite here, is where we have the roller compactor. This equipment is very deceiving. You will think it's a very small equipment, but all the electrical parts are hidden behind the other room. So why we use these kind of roller compactors in making capsules and tablets is because we have to make sure that when we are manufacturing the product, the drug is uniformly distributed. But it is not just one component. We don't just take the drug compound, we compress by itself. We have to mix it with excipients to make it to flow well, to make it to compact well. There are some compounds, when you apply pressure, really the tablet is very weak, so it comes apart. So we have to introduce other excipients, other polymers, to make sure that it is intact. We also have to introduce other components, such that, for example, if you want it to disintegrate very quickly, we have to add other things other than the drug. If you want to take it and then you want it to release for 12 hours, 24 hours, we have to put other ingredients in there to engineer it in such a way that we control the rate at which the drug is coming out of the tablet. So this roller compaction here is when you have all these different components, we have to compact it and into a ribbon and then mill it down. So that when we are processing these powders, we don't have segregation.